And it's perfectly fine how that ended, by the way.
Okay.
No patience, and I'll just go, all right, and I'll just call them in 30 days and ask that question. So it's not like you goofed.
I did put in a couple of calls in there
Oh,
too.
do we want to critique one or two?
Yeah, they
Right.
were, all right. So the one I put in there, one of them was, I don't know what he does for work, but he said,
Nice.
yeah, it was the ones, it was, right above the last thread that I just sent you for today. I think it was,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, those two.
I missed it because it was a dislike from REI like mine. Okay. Do you want to do it right now?
Yeah, this was the one. Oh, this is the one where she said she didn't want to be a bank. It's like a 4-minute call, I think.
Sweet, let's do it. Let's do it. Let me move the picture so I can see it. And just so these guys know, the coaches kind of keep an eye if I fall behind. So I'm just going to tell them I did this one. Deb and I did live in our call session. All set.
I put at Chris. Should I put, is that okay?
That's good. That's good. If I'm busy, I might tell you, hey, hit them.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep up with President's Club 100%, and for the most part, I am. Let's make sure you can hear this when I start it.
If I see something that doesn't get addressed in like a day, should I?
Yeah.
Just sometimes they get lost.
I got 3 of us.
Okay.
Hey, guys, didn't know if you saw this, because it happens.
Yeah.
Can you hear this? Hold on.
Hello? Yep.
You can?
Yes.
All right, I'll stop. You take notes. I'm not going to put them in Slack. I want to focus on this.
Yes. And this is Debbie. Just calling to train on the call. Hi, how are you? Good, thanks. How are you? Good. Good. Yeah, I was inquiring about your home in Natick. Well, wanted to stable, please. You are still selling. Is it currently listed? It looked like it was off the market, but like stage. Well, we would sell it. We had both a house carve out and we had a buildable lot next to us that was sold, but the house is still available. Oh, we could build a lot next door. Oh, yeah, not sold. Okay. Let's see. I'd like to confirm the price you're asking. Okay. What did you say there? Well, we started 1.9. I don't know if that was accurate. Yeah, that's accurate. Okay. I'm going to trust this so you see how long we did. Yeah. With the verify. All right, let's see. So, is it your primary home? You're living in it now? No, how quickly you're in what?
Deb, just so you know, this is when I know things are starting to mesh. So in my brain was find out if it's primary, and you hit it right away. So this is how I know as people progress. Yep. So far, so good.
Let me just tell you too, and this was a callback to a message that she called me and then I was responding to her callback. So I already knew that she was still selling because she told me in the message. That's why it was that way in the beginning. Yeah. Okay.
I was just going, is it primary? I'm just logically, because sometimes I'll think through and then you guys will hit it later and you call. But
I was going back and forth. So, yeah. Is that what they're hoping to? Well, that's probably a willing never. Yeah. Yeah, right. Many people I've talked to are heading that way. A lot of them are. I know my daughter's living over there, so I get to visit her now and then. Sick now. So, what did you have to do it when you look to buy in Natick? Yeah, so I look for nice homes and nice areas. Again, pay fair, pay that usually I can pay asking price. I assume that you got the price from for the realtor. That we got the price from the realtor that we were asking. Yeah.
Okay, so that was a good job turning it. She asked you a question, and you turn it right around with a question. In the past, you would have went on.
Yeah.
That was great. Do you know yet if and you can tell me if it's laid out, and then I'll hit play. Do you know yet when they plan on making that move?
No. She kind of says she's not in a hurry.
Here first, right?
Yeah, I'm calling. Yes. Okay. Fair price. Okay. Well, let me ask you: if I could get you to that price, would you be open to lease purchase or owner financing? Would I be interested in what? Lease purchase or owner financing? No, I don't think. Now, would I particular region that you would work with. Well, on a,
On that, I sometimes like to give them the out because some of them are saying no because they don't know what it is, but you don't want to hurt their ego, like you dummy. So I say what you said, but finish it with something like, is the reason you say that had you had a bad experience with it, or did you not really know how that applies to you? Like, just give them an out. But yeah, I really don't know how it works. Okay, now we know it's really just not how it works.
Okay.
financing is not something that we want to do. Oh, okay. Is it over, John? No. Okay. The net you a lot. The sellers that I are usually looking to maximize the profits from their home, and they don't need all of the equity to move. So I didn't know if that would. Yeah, no, we don't. But we just want to make a clean break when we do it. Okay. Well, is there a certain date that if you're not able to get the price you want, you might look at other options, or is it down the option that you think? I don't think honestly, I don't think it will ever be an option because we don't really need to do that. We love the house. We've been here, in the summertime we spend time here, but we also go back and forth to Florida. But I think that the house is worth what the looks price, and it could even go for more.
So I don't lose it because you probably say it soon. This is perfect so far. And then you try to get the bookend of the date. I would have maybe inserted, unless you do coming up, like totally relate to it. No, I totally get it. And then you drop the market situation going on. So, especially in your price range, people just having a really tough time financing. So that's why we're so busy, or they're just having a tough time financing. That's why I was asking you what you might do if it doesn't sell. And I agree it might, but it should, but if it doesn't.
Yeah, I did not say that. I kind of backed off, and I should have.
That's the next thing. You want to plant. I had a guy that moved to Alabama. It was an MJ lead. Literally, he left. And he said to MJ, same as her, oh, it'll sell. I have no problem in the Mystic, Connecticut area. And then I called him, and he's so frustrated last week.
Hey.
I got to move back and fix it. And he was so different person. So you plant that seed.
Yeah, it seemed like she didn't care whether it sold or not.
Well, let me hear it, because then you'd say, oh, okay, so are you going to rent it, or you just act?
Well, when she just said it's a nice house and I don't have to, that's what I got out of what you just played. So maybe I just misread her.
Let's see. Not much left.
So it's not something we'd want to make it look. We don't want to make it look complicated. Yeah. Okay. I mean, it is a hands-off, but for you, because I'm not a realtor, you don't have to pay any realtor fees. So it does net you more, but it's it's not an option that everyone chooses. And if you're okay with taking a little bit less and just having it be a clean sale, then
that was good right there. Would be a natural place to say, but just so you know, the issue here is a lot of these houses, I'm talking to the sellers, they end up selling, but then 20 or 30% of them end up falling apart. So they wasted 90 or 120 days. So that's again, so that's why I was asking you what your plan B might be.
Okay.
Let's hear it out though.
The traditional might be a better fit, but there's just so many sellers, so many buyers that can't get to.
That's good.
But we have been really busy buying.
Perfect.
So, well, I can contact you in a couple of months if that's anything you might consider, but if not.
So instead of permission there, Deb, again, I would have did a couple of these things I said, and this one say, I tell you what I'll do, just in case. I'll give you a call in about 60 days just to see if everything's on track, and if not, maybe we can explore other options. Just be assumptive, don't ask.
Okay.
But then I don't want to waste your time. Well, all right. Well, thank you for calling. Okay. Well, good luck with everything. That's what you do. Okay. Bye. Bye-bye.
All those things I gave you were just small things. The biggest thing is honing in more on, okay, and not confused. So you just rent it then? Like, what if it doesn't? Hypothetically, what if it doesn't? That's the only open loop you left. Not sure where to get started? Go to smartrealestatecoach.com/get going for free books, strategy calls, and a whole bunch more. We're going to help you get going the wicked smart way. We've been after this for over a decade doing exactly that.
because I assumed in my head she didn't care, but I didn't ask.
No, she might not care, but there's at some point they're going to move to warmer climate. So in the
Florida, they have a home in Florida. She said,
yeah. So how long is it going to be before you want to just carry both, right? So
right, yeah,
and you could again curious, like if you were talking to me as a friend, you go, okay, so I don't get it, 'cause so you're going to rent it then? Like you just ask. That's all.
Right. Yeah, and there must be some time in her head of they're not going to do this all the. I mean, they're
Yeah.
what, a year, 2 years, or
The fact you didn't get it right there is fine, because now you're going to call in. When was that? Just this week?
yeah,
Great. So I would call because of the way you left it, because she was wishy-washy and loosey-goosey. I would not call that one until 30 days or so. And in your conversation in June, I would then ask. You know, we were talking. I was thinking about our conversation, and I know you're not urgent. That's actually who we deal with. No urgency, because we can get you the most. But I didn't really ask you. So if it hypothetically didn't go, are you going to rent it? Just act very like I wasn't clear.
okay,
And it's perfectly fine how that ended, by the way.
okay,
No patience, and I'll just go, all right, and I'll just call them in 30 days and ask that question. So it's not like you goofed.
okay. Yeah, because she didn't say when I kind of put it out there. Do you never want me to call me, or do you never want me to call? She didn't say that.
No.
So
She
Yeah.
sounds nice, Deb. She sounds super nice. It's just that she, like everybody else, thinks they're going to sell tomorrow. My father's on his third day trek home from Florida right now. He put his condo on in January and thought he'd sell it. It's not sold. So he's at a different spot than he was then, right? Not him, because he's not stressed. But most people will be like, oh, shit, I thought I was going to sell in January.
yeah, okay, good. So that's helpful. Very helpful.
Yeah.